Marcus Reed stood quietly outside the executive dining room, holding a tray with a simple meal and trying not to look embarrassed. He had been invited to lunch with the company's leadership team because of his outstanding performance on a major project. As a single father, Marcus had worked hard to build a stable life for his 9-year-old son, Caleb. But when he reached the executive dining room, the CEO, Vivian Hart, stopped him. "Marcus, this room is reserved for executives." He looked at the invitation in his hand. "I thought I was invited." "You were." She pointed toward the employee cafeteria. "Eat with the staff today." A few executives nearby exchanged uncomfortable glances. Marcus felt the sting of humiliation, but he didn't argue. "Understood." He turned and walked away. In the cafeteria, he found an empty table near the window. He sat down quietly. Several employees recognized him and offered sympathetic smiles. Marcus simply smiled back. "I'm fine." He had learned long ago that dignity didn't require winning every argument. A few minutes later, someone unexpectedly sat across from him. It was an elegant older woman wearing a simple blue dress. Marcus recognized her from photographs around the company. She was Evelyn Hart, Vivian's mother, and the woman who had founded the company decades earlier. Marcus immediately stood. "Mrs. Hart." Evelyn smiled. "Please sit." She looked at his tray. "May I join you?" Marcus nodded. "Of course." Evelyn took a small plate from the cafeteria counter and sat down. The employees around them became silent. Evelyn looked toward Marcus. "Why are you eating here?" Marcus hesitated. "The CEO asked me to." Evelyn's eyebrows rose. "Vivian asked you to eat with the staff?" "Yes." "And you agreed without complaining?" Marcus smiled. "I didn't see the point in making a scene." Evelyn studied him carefully. "Interesting." She began eating. After a moment she asked, "How long have you worked here?" 7 years. "And what do you do?" "Project operations." "I've heard your name." Marcus looked surprised. "I doubt it." Evelyn smiled. "You coordinated the emergency warehouse project last winter." "Yes." "That project saved the company millions." Marcus shrugged. "It was a team effort." Evelyn smiled. "You give credit to everyone except yourself." "People worked hard." She nodded approvingly. "I like that." Then she noticed a small photograph sticking out of Marcus's wallet. "Your family." "My son." "How old?" 9. Evelyn smiled warmly. "What's his name?" "Caleb." "Does he know what his father does?" Marcus laughed. "He thinks I fix computers." Evelyn laughed. "Why?" "Because he doesn't understand what project operations means." Their conversation continued naturally. Across the cafeteria, Vivian eventually heard that her mother was eating lunch with Marcus. She hurried downstairs. When she entered, she froze. "Mother?" Evelyn looked up. "Vivian." The CEO glanced at Marcus, then at her mother. "What are you doing here?" "Having lunch." "With him?" Evelyn raised an eyebrow. "Is that a problem?" Vivian suddenly became uncomfortable. "No." Evelyn stood. "Then let's talk upstairs." Vivian followed her mother into the hallway. "What happened?" Evelyn's voice remained calm. "Why did you make Marcus eat with the staff?" Vivian crossed her arms. "I thought he would be more comfortable there." "Did you?" Vivian hesitated. Evelyn continued. "Or did you think he didn't belong at your table?" Silence. "Mother, I didn't mean—" "I know exactly what you meant." Vivian looked down. Evelyn sighed. "I founded this company with 10 employees and 1 borrowed office. If I had judged people by their clothes or titles, none of this would exist." Vivian remained silent. "Marcus has worked here for 7 years. He has solved problems that senior executives couldn't solve." She paused. "And today he accepted humiliation without creating a scene." Vivian looked through the glass wall toward Marcus. He was helping a young employee carry a stack of trays. Evelyn noticed her daughter watching. "That man has something money cannot buy." "What?" "Character." Vivian slowly walked back into the cafeteria. Marcus looked up. "Everything okay?" She stood beside his table. "I owe you an apology." Marcus looked surprised. "For what?" For assuming where you belonged.
She pulled out a chair.
Would you mind if I joined you? Marcus smiled. Not at all. Vivienne sat down. A few employees watched in silence. For the first time, the CEO wasn't sitting at the head of a table. She was simply sitting beside one of her employees. Evelyn smiled from across the room. That afternoon, Vivienne made an announcement to the entire company. From today onward, no employee will be judged by their position, salary, or background. Everyone who contributes to this company deserves respect. Marcus listened quietly. Later that evening, Vivienne approached him again. I want you to lead our new community project. Marcus smiled. I'd be honored. When he arrived home, Caleb ran toward him. Dad! Marcus picked him up. How was your day? Marcus smiled. Interesting. Did you eat lunch? Yes. With important people? Marcus laughed. Actually, yes. Caleb grinned. Who? Marcus looked toward the photograph of his late wife on the shelf. Then he smiled at his son. People who learned that being important isn't about where you sit. And from that day forward, the company became known not only for its success, but for something far more valuable. The simple belief that respect should never depend on a person's title. The story end.